Okay, so we've got a form that we can use, and what we'll do next is, because we're using TypeScript, we're going to add type safety to what we're doing here, and we're going to create some more interfaces. So inside the models folder, we'll create a new file, and we'll call this user.ts. And inside here, what we're going to do is we're going to export an interface for the user object that we get back from the API. So this is just going to contain the same properties. It's going to contain a username, which is a string, the display name, also a string, the token, again, is a string, and the image, which we'll say is optional because this is going to be returned as null for any users that do not currently have an image set in their profile. And what we'll also do is we'll create another interface, and we'll call this one user form values. And what we'll do here is we'll specify an email of type string, we'll specify a password of type string, and then we'll have two optional properties of display name, and add the question mark to make it optional, which is going to be a string, and the username, optional, also a string, so that we can use the same interface for the login and the registration form as well. And what we'll do now is we'll go across to our agent.ts file, and we'll create the methods that we want to use to be able to log in, register, as well as getting the current user as well. So what we'll do inside here, just underneath the objects that we created for our activities requests, we'll create a const called account. And inside here, what we're going to do is we're going to create our methods to get the current user, log in, and register. So the first method we'll create, we'll call current, and we'll say requests.get, and we'll specify the URL as account, and we need a / there. And what we can also do, of course, is specify the type here, and we know that this is going to be a user object that we're going to get back from this particular request. So this is going to return a promise with a user object. And then we'll create a method for login. And this is going to take the values that we're going to get from our form. So we'll specify user, and then we'll say user form values, and we'll say requests.get, and we'll specify / account / login, and then we'll pass up the user object here. And of course, this shouldn't be a get, this should be a post. And we'll specify the user object as what we're going to get back from this particular request. And we'll just do the one for register. Again, this is going to take the user form values as its type. And then we'll say requests.post. Again, we'll specify the user as the type we're going to get back. And then say / account / register. And we'll pass the user up to the API. And then we just need to also export the account in the agent objects that we're creating here. Okay, now we have our interfaces, we've got our agent method set up. What we'll do next is we'll create a new store so that we can manage these operations in MobX and also have a place to store our user objects.